Hello everyone, and welcome to another video in the Arbiter tutorial series. In this video, we're going to be exploring how to use the AutoDrafter feature. To use the AutoDrafter, you have to open a new contract. When you open a blank canvas, just like any other drafting, you can start the right-hand side chat bar to use the AutoDrafter. As you can see, the AutoDrafter is initially blocked. This is because to use the AutoDrafter, you have to first generate a document blueprint. For this tutorial, we will be drafting a legal essay that will also use the Git Law Research module. To draft a legal essay, you can either write your own query here, or we can use a suggestion button here to see how everything works. I'm going to press this button and use the advanced reasoning beforehand. So here we see that the suggestion was draft a legal essay on the erosion of attorney-client privilege in the age of cloud computing and AI-assisted legal research, examining metadata exposure, third-party doctrine, and cross-border discovery conflicts. You can give Arbiter any kind of research query that you want. And again, it will give you a form like so. So for example, for this, we see that this is the content, the essay title. This is the thesis, the writing style. We have the professional, postgraduate, general. We'll use postgraduate. And this academic level. You can choose different citation styles. We'll choose Oscula here. Writing tone, analytical, and third-person narrative voice. We'll choose a word count of 12,000. And we'll let it decide its own number of sections. And should we include an executive summary? No, we'll say no here, and no additional context. When we're ready, we just press the Create Document Outline. And mind you, again, if you want any more information that you want to give to Arbiter, you can add them here in the additional context. Or based on your prompt, Arbiter will give you a different form, which could be more comprehensive or ask you more questions about what your request is. Okay, now as you can see, Arbiter generated this document blueprint for us of the document structure it wanted to create. First, it gives us an executive summary of what it thinks and what it wants to draft. Then it will give us the document structure and architecture of the different sections it wants to create, what is the purpose of this section and key provisions within it. And lastly, the special considerations based on our requirements. In the final section, it tells us the citation approach we've chosen. So we told it that we want an Oscula based, and it tells us what primary and secondary authorities it will use to do online research. So now, since this is a legal research essay, before it starts to draft anything, it will do an online research. Secondly, you now notice that the AutoDrafter button is now not gray, so you can select it. Now I turn this on, and once I turn the AutoDrafter on, I can press Begin Drafting. And Arbiter will go ahead, do online research for you, and then start drafting the contract for you, the document for you. So now I just have to press Begin Drafting. And as you can see, Arbiter understands that this document has 11 sections with the abstract included. So 1 to 10, with the references included. And it will create the document skeleton for us first, and then starts drafting section by section. But beforehand, it will do online research first. So now you see that Arbiter generated 13 legal research queries. Based on the requirements we gave it, it understood that it has to do research on certain things. So it creates a to-do list of legal research that it has to do, and then it does research in those specific areas. So we see here that in the US, EU, General, UK, these are the jurisdictions which is doing its research on. And based on this research, Arbiter will use this research section to draft the entire contract for us. Once this research is finished, it will start drafting the contract for us. And because this process takes time, AutoDrafter is very useful because you can initiate a research with it and then set it on AutoDrafter, let it do its own research, and then come back when it's done. Sometimes these can take 10, 15 minutes. And for this reason, I will speed up the video from now so you can see for yourself how much this takes. You don't have to be present or keep the tab open. Arbiter will do the research in background for you, and it will cite everything, all the research, all the information it found in its final report for you. So yes, while this is doing its own research, I'm going to be speeding up the video and go grab myself a cup of coffee, and I'll be back then. Oh, also you can follow up what Arbiter is doing here. It's doing its own research. You can see that it found 71 sources, for example, here for this specific research query in these different queries that it wanted to do research on. 501 sources so far. Okay, I am now back with the biggest cup of coffee on planet Earth. And as we can see here, Arbiter has started doing its research. As you can see, it's citing everything it found. All the research it's doing is being cited. And the AutoDrafter is doing its work. It's writing the different sections of this legal research, this legal essay, and it's going in section by section until it finishes the entire contract. The entire document. And as you can see, we don't have to do any more work here. It will just go ahead and do its thing until it's finished. And once it's done, we'll know. It will create the tables, it will cite everything. And you notice here that the citations don't look right initially. This is because Arbiter creates master bibliography, a master citation book, and it uses that master citation book to cite the citations in here. And once it's done drafting all the 11 sections in here, all these references will be corrected. So instead of 62 here or 44 here, it will change to the correct source and it will be numbered correctly. So here, instead of it being, for example, 2, it will start from 1, and this one instead of 4 will be 2. The important thing here is that all the citations here are the same thing referenced across the document. So if 4 is this attorney-client privilege source, and if we click it, we go here, we see that the same thing is repeated throughout the entire essay. Same here, like if number 2 is referenced here in the next section, it doesn't change. So it knows what it is that it's drafting. Same here again, 4, it's that. So we have to just wait for it to finish its thing, and once it's done, these numbers will be corrected as well. So now it's just a waiting game. And we'll be back once it's finished, or I'll just speed up the video now. Okay, we're done with the drafting part of this contract. As you can see, we did it live. It wrote the entire contract, then it auto-generated the references part. If you recall from the beginning of this, I told you that Arbiter will use the AutoDrafter to draft the entire thing, and then fix all the citations in a numbered fashion. So right now, as you can see, it uses number 1 for 1, number 2 for 2, number 3 for 3, and it will give us the AutoDrafter summary. It wrote 11 sections, 21,000 words, and all these different citations used. As you can see, this is a bug. It should be more. As we can see, there are many, many more citations used here, 13, 14. And all the references used are listed at the end. So it used 44 different citations here. And you can also see the research summary here. So here we see all the research queries it used. So up John Co, where this, and you can see all of its key findings, all of its sources that it used in this research. And you can read these independently. And now that this is over, you can export it as a docx file and use it separately. So for example, now we have this document readily available. I'll open it here. And it should open now. Close this. And as you can see, we have our Word document ready. 50 pages of high quality legal research done in just a few minutes. No other tool is capable of doing this level of deep research. And Arbiter is capable of doing this on any specific kind of topic that we might need. And you just have to initially set up the system and leave to do whatever you want to do. And then it will just draft it for you. This is AutoDrafter in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this video, this tutorial, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.